Mary was just 19, beautiful, smart, with soft brown skin and deep eyes that always looked like they were thinking of something serious, but life. After losing her mom, the only person who truly cared for her was Mama Deborah. Mary had been living with Mama Deborah and her husband in Pape Abuja. They gave her a roof, yes, but that roof came with broken ceiling and plenty mosquitoes. She wanted to go to university. She had passed her JAMB, but there was one small issue: money. Her father back in Kogi was doing his best. He called her one evening and said, Mary, I dey try gather your school fees o, but hostel feeding transport na God hand in dey now. She understood he was a farmer and sometimes a carpenter. Money no dey at all. So Mary knew she had to hustle. One morning, on her 20th birthday, while others were doing birthday photo shoots and shouting Big 20 on Instagram, Mary was trekking around Pape looking for a job chop to shop. Good morning, sir. Are you looking for a sales girl? Some ignored her. Some said we go get back to you. But we all know they won't. Finally, one small kiosk for SIM card registration said they would pay her 7,000 naira per month, but she would have to follow them inside a car, dancing on the streets and shouting through megaphones. Register your SIM or MTN dey dash awoof data. Mary looked at herself and she imagined herself jumping up and down in traffic like a hype girl with no salary joy. With no salary joy. She smiled politely and said, Thank you, but no. That day, she walked home tired, hungry, and confused. Happy birthday indeed. Mary refused to give up. She thought, okay, maybe I can teach small children from home. So she walked to one local cafe, typed out a poster that said, Private home lesson teacher available. Primary to JSS, affordable fee, call Mary. Then she typed a number boldly on it. She printed 15 copies. The printer man charged her 300 naira and still gave her paper that looked like it survived civil war. Still, she passed the flyers around the more advanced street of Pape, where the big men and the big women are. Then she waited and waited and waited. Her phone was as silent as 3 a.m. in a graveyard. One whole week, not a single call, not even a wrong number. Mary just looked at her phone and said, Even spam calls no dey come again. She regretted wasting her money, but she still wanted something that can make her save a lot for her school. One evening, she got a WhatsApp message from an old best friend, Adinoye, a calm Ebira guy with a deep voice and innocent smile. Mary, try small business, he said. Start from where you are. Use that fine eye for clothes wey you get. Take buy okrika dey sell. At least you go fit save small. He sent her 2,000 naira. It wasn't much, but it felt like a million because it came with belief. The next morning, Mary went to another part of Pape inside, where she could get cheap okrika clothes and began her first ever thrift hustle. She picked simple pieces, shirts, jeans and children tops, and carried them into a nylon bag back to Papi. 500 naira last, buy am for your pikin. See quality jeans, no be China, she shouted at the junction. People looked surprised and passed. One woman even asked, Dis clothes na original? Mary smiled and said, Yes ma, original UK from second London. Even though she had sold some pieces, it wasn't blowing like she hoped, but still had to choose between eating and saving for school. Sometimes she would eat just garri and groundnut and say, God, as you turn this water to wine, please turn the garri to energy for me. She was tired, but she wasn't broken. At night, She would sit outside, look at the sky, and whisper, "One day, people will hear this story and be inspired." Mary had saved exactly 3,000 naira, not from magic, not from luck, but from working under sun, shouting 500 naira last price at Pape Junction Market, from squeezing herself into overcrowded Okrika stores in Use, from skipping lunch and praying that the stomach rumble would keep quiet in public. Every naira was earned with sweat and soaked in prayer. Now she had a plan. Use the money, register with a job agent, and get a good and decent job. Maybe a secretary, receptionist, or even a front desk. So the next day, she wore her clean shirt and her clean pants. The building was small, faded, hot, and shocked with girls like her, holding fights, sitting on plastic chair under the sun. Some adjusting their makeups, others just looking tired. Mary sat there too, quite nervous. She whispered to herself, "God, please, let this one be the one for me. Let me get my kind of job that I want here," she said in her heart. She waited for 2 hours, sweat soaking into her dress, legs numb, hope fragile but still alive. Finally, someone called her in. The man behind the table looked at her and smiled too long, too slow. "Your name?" "Mary Yakubu." He collected her CV and scanned it like he was reading a love letter. Then he looked up again and said, "You fine, very fine. Your CV sef fine, a current one. Computer skills okay, WAEC, and you con still be 20 years. You do have the necessary qualities," he said. Mary smiled faintly. He leaned back in his seat. "I like serious girls, and I have one hotel receptionist role that fits you. Good salary, 90,000 naira monthly. Can you do it?" Mary's eyes light up, smiling. "Yes, sir, I can do it, sir. I am ready," she said. He nodded slowly, then pulled out a form registration fee, 3,000 naira. Mary paid immediately, no argument. She even said thank you. Then came the switch. The man looked her in the eye and said softly but clearly, "I dey like you. I fit help you fast fast but you go need to cooperate. No be everything wey we write for paper dey make people get dis job. Sometimes body dey involve." Mary blinked, confused. She pretended she didn't understand, sir. He smiled. "I mean, you fit just be my babe small. I go push your CV first. I go recommend you personally. Na so the game dey be. Everybody dey do am." Then he added like it was nothing. "No be by beauty, but with your shape and fine face. Na waist if you no use am." Mary didn't understand very well. She was like, what's going on? She didn't say a word. She didn't cry. She just stood up. "Sir, thank you. I will think about it." She took her file, her empty wallet, her dignity, and her just being stepped on and walked out. Then the tears came, not dramatic ones, not loud, just low, painful, bitter, the kind that starts in your chest but it reaches your eyes. She whispered, "So this is what it takes to survive, to walk, to hope." She remembered all the nights she prayed, all the fasting, all the dreams she wrote in her small pink journal. And now somebody wanted to buy her dignity like it was a change for groundnut. Mary was walking home slowly. Her feet moved, but mine didn't. She had just left the job agent's office, not with a job, but with a wound she couldn't explain. So even after good grades, even with CV and skills, even after paying 3,000 naira for registration, now waiting this man tell me be this. The man didn't see her qualification, he only saw her body, and that hurt the most. Her smile on the road looked clear, but inside her heart was heavy. She wasn't just tired, she was tired of being tired. She whispered, "Maybe I am not meant to succeed in this life." Just then, As if heaven didn't want her to finish that thought, someone tapped her shoulder. Mary, you don't even dey see person again? It was Amaka, a childhood friend from the street. Amaka looked different now. Neat braids, new slippers, lip gloss. She wasn't forming rich, but she looked like someone whose life had started to move forward. Mary wiped her face quickly and smiled. Amaka, sorry, Jerry. I didn't even see you. Amaka looked at her properly and said, your eye is red, oh. You dey cry? Mary shook her head trying to lie, but tears were already forming again. Amaka hid her hand and said, wetin happen? Talk to me. Mary told her everything. Amaka was quiet for a while, then she said, Mary, na God send me come o. The plaza where I dey work for computer business center, dem just tell me say one girl dey go school, so dem need person, and the salary, na 90,000 naira. Mary froze. 90,000 naira, the same amount the agent had offered in exchange for her dignity. But this one, clean, no pressure, no shame, no sleeping with anybody. Mary stared at Amaka like she was seeing an angel. A warm. That night, Mary barely slept. She ironed her clothes and packed her CV in a black file like it was her ticket out of the gutter. Not the long dramatic prayer she prayed, but that short free one from a girl who just wanted her life to mean something. God, if this is from you, let it work, she said. The next day, Mary arrived early at the business center. Waited a little, and when they called her in, she spoke with quiet confidence. She told them about her computer skills, her love for learning, and her dream to go to school. The manager looked at her and smiled. You came prepared. He asked her to type a short letter and print it. She did it in less than 15 minutes. He looked at her again. You know what? You are hired. Start on Monday. Mary was happy and she was shocked at the same time, and she was very, very grateful. She thanked the manager and then walked out. Mary walked out of that office and stared at the sky. For the first time in weeks, she was all feeling thankful and grateful, and promised herself to always be an hardworking and a godly girl because it pays to serve the Lord. So thank you all for watching, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel.